Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining me today. And Merry Christmas! I have got my headbands in because my hair is going a bit crazy at the moment. I have my Christmas tree in the background there, and we're going to do some party makeup. Now, I don't have my party clothes on because it's too cold. We've had ice, we've had snow, we're very cold. So I'm just going to wait. Oh, someone's joined me. And I know it's supposed to be a party, but as I've said, I don't drink. So I've got my cup of tea and some chocolate instead. Hello, everyone. Hello there, Rachel. Hello, Bushra. So today is our Christmas party. Hello, Terry. Hello, Claire. So I'm sorry, I'm drinking tea at my Christmas party, and I've just explained my hair has got a mind of its own at the moment. So out come the hairbands again, and I'm gonna have some chocolate. I hope people have got some goodies with them for the Christmas party. I know it's not the same as going to a works do, but I certainly intend to eat chocolate and have a cup of tea. And I thought today that I would do the look that I posted on Instagram at the beginning of the week, where I was wearing this jumper and I did sort of green eyes because I thought it was quite a good party look. Mm. This is my breakfast. I know, very bad. Hello there, Bushra. Hello there, Emma. How are you now, Emma? I hope your shingles is a lot better. I'm sitting eating because it's a Christmas party. I'll drink hot cocoa, maybe have a chocolate too. Good. It's not really um, party clothes weather, really, is it? Not in the UK. Mm, that was lovely with a cup of tea. Jack got me this mug. Mum, well done. I'm amazing. Oh, you got a big bar of chocolate all to yourself. That sounds like a great thing. And my eyes have been streaming constantly. Oh, nerve pain. Oh, that's nasty. You love the mug. Always makes me laugh. Well done. I'm amazing. Well done, Mum. I'm amazing. So hopefully I can get through this without too many tears. Ah, right. I thought, what would I put on as a foundation if I was going to a really nice Christmas party? And of course, it has to be La Prairie. So I shall put that on. Terry, how are you getting on with your La Prairie? I know Terry bought some. I should have lit the light, shouldn't I? I'm getting very low on this. I do want to get another one. We shall see. So, I'm going to just do this with a beauty blender, I think. Right, I'm going to try not to get this foundation too near my eyes, because the concealer is a bit thicker, so it won't transfer. There is no doubt that this is a superb, very expensive foundation. Put a little bit at the moment, because I haven't put anything near my eyes. I just look like I've got two really red eyes, don't I? Hello, Suzanne. Yeah, I hope everybody's got their chocolate, alcohol if you want, tea if you don't. I'm a bit of a teetotal, so I'm having tea. I'm having a total of tea and chocolate, because we're having a virtual Christmas party with a party look. Well, the chocolate I've just eaten, Rebecca, hello there, is my breakfast. And it's one here. Because it's more of a treat, yeah. And it does look very dewy, and it's kind of it's a foundation. So I've just been asked why not the Charlotte one, why the La Roche, why the La Prairie, and it's because this is one that I keep for best. So if I was going to a party, this is what I would put on, because it's my favourite. Over and above Charlotte's, but it's also not something you can wear every day, because it is very expensive, extremely expensive, eye-wateringly expensive. Right, so, and then in the top is a concealer. So I'm going to just apply that, try and apply it with my fingers. Tea and snack of nuts. Everybody's having tea. Virtual chocolate then. Oh, Jemmy, you're on a diet. But it's a Christmas party. That's the thing about diets. They make you want things more. I like the idea of that Noom thing, because that's how I lost weight before. Is I think from working in eating disorders, I realised that the secret to losing weight was to stop focusing on food. And if you fancy something, have it. Just have it in moderation. Don't let your life be run by food. So it's sort of like CBT, rather than, it's a bit, it works on the concept of, if I say to you now, whatever you do, don't think of blueberries. You're all going to think of blueberries. And if a diet says whatever you do, don't eat chocolate, then you're all going to want to eat chocolate. And so the idea is that you play little tricks with your mind to focus it away from food, because then food just becomes something you eat to live, not live to eat. Now I'm going to put a little bit of this. Because what diets do is they make you focus in on food, on what you can't have, on what you can have, and then food becomes more than just eating it because you need nutrition. So it does the opposite of what you're really trying to achieve. So like if you really fancy something, right? So when I was losing weight, and I did it very successfully, Suzanne will tell you I lost a lot of weight. Um, what you do is if you say you really fancy a biscuit, right? I used to love having biscuits at work at about 11 o'clock with a cup of tea. So I bought a packet of biscuits and I put them in my drawer at work. And then I wrote on the packet of biscuits pain, because the reason that I was losing weight, trying to lose weight, was to decrease my pain. I was in a lot of pain. So every day I'd open the drawer and I'd look at the biscuits, and the first thing I would see was pain. And I'd think, do I want that biscuit more than I don't want to be in pain? And the answer was always no. And in the end, I chucked the packet of biscuits out. They'd gone off. Scary spider. Anyway, that's my little... Yeah. You're allowed a little if you want. I think that's the best way, because otherwise you do. Says she that I've just spoken for like 10 minutes about food. I don't know about you, Rebecca, but don't you find that when you're cooking, I find this, when I'm cooking, I don't want to eat the meals. I actually find that if I cook something, I don't really fancy it. I like it when someone else has cooked it for me. Right, that's my La Prairie. You see, this is going to just water. And I've been using my eye ointment at night, but I just think at the moment my eyes are just particularly sensitive. And something I have to put up with. I love that foundation. Look at it. It's just... Now, Charlotte's is very full coverage, but it's quite mattifying. And I like this because it is quite full coverage, but it doesn't look it. And it's not too mattifying. And now I'm going to use the powder to go on top. The La Prairie. This was my kind of treat. And I don't think I'll ever run out of this powder. I'll have to throw it eventually. But there's so much in it that I don't think I'll ever run out of it. I've got some goodies to show you in a video coming up, but I didn't want to do it in this video because it's sort of a little bit more of a natural look and we're having a party. Now, I don't want to do that as I normally do because that's just going to set my eyes off again. So I'm going to use this. This is actually a contour brush for the nose, but Scott Barnes used a brush like this for dabbing powder under the eyes, and he described it like a cat's paw, and it feels like a cat's paw, and it is incredibly gentle on the eye when you want to set it. I'll try and set it, but my eyes are going to just water. It's just going to happen. Right, that's my base done. Now, what I used the other day was I started out by using a Colour Chameleon, and I used the green one called Golden Quartz. Let me give it a little bit of a sharpen. You don't have to apologise for being late when you come to visit Ali M. Especially as I'm always late arriving. You had bad news yesterday. Oh, Stacey, what was that? Putting the fan heater on and have the dog as a lap warmer. That sounds good. Right, so I'm putting Golden Quartz on as a base to this eye look. I had a bit of a roller coaster week. Oh, I'm so sorry, Stacey. Oh, bless. I'm really sorry to hear that. Sending you lots and lots of virtual hugs. Was she still in hospital? She's really had a tough time recently as well, hasn't she? She's been in hospital. We're sending you all our love. Everybody's sending you their love right now. And you have another star in heaven looking down on you at Christmas. I know that's not really that comforting now, but it will be in the future. I promise you that. My dad hasn't been very well this week and they thought he had COVID, so they put him in isolation. But thankfully it's not COVID, but he's still not very well. Boy, this is going to be a difficult year for everyone. Won't we all be glad to see this year over? I'm just playing with this colour chameleon. And the thing is that my dad, although he's top priority for the vaccine, I was explaining to Rebecca yesterday, he's not somebody that can go, because this vaccine that they now rolling out in the UK has to be stored at minus goodness knows what. So it has to be stored in a particular way, which means you've got to be able to travel to a centre. So basically he's got to wait probably for the Oxford vaccine where you don't have to travel to the centre. And then this morning, excuse me, this morning we got a letter from the nursing home to say you've no doubt heard that there's going to be testing kits available so that you can see your loved ones. But we haven't got any of them yet. We've had no word. We're chasing them up. And we don't know whether it's going to happen before Christmas, which is what I suspected. These things come out in the media and get everybody's hopes up. But the reality is that they've got to actually get all the tests sent. When the test arrives, then I should be able to go and hold his hand. But we'll see. Yeah. Well, I've got another thought up my sleeve. Me and my sister, is that we were thinking, we don't know if they'll go for it, of volunteering to go and do carol singing, not only to my dad but to all the residents, if they test us and let us in, and then we'll entertain all the residents. But we don't know if they'll go for that. Oh, thank you, Bushra. Thank you for doing that. So yeah, the actual reality is it's not, we're not home and dry yet. Right, so what I did with this look was I put the colour Chameleon on as a base, and then I took out my new Pat McGrath palette. And I took this shade here in the middle, this one, and I just pressed it with my finger on my lid. Such an easy look, to be honest, and yet it looks quite complicated because the colour Chameleon just grabs it. And that is the only shadow that I use from that palette. I know. It's the only shadow I use with that from that palette. And then I switch palettes to the Charlotte Tilbury New Rebel, or Green Lights as it's otherwise known. And I took the Enhanced shade, which is kind of a, it has got, they've all got a bit of a shimmer to this, but it worked. This one here, I took this one. Oh, do you know what I've done? It doesn't matter. What a shame. I have left my Sonia G brush in the other room. Never mind. That would have been even better. I love my Sonia G brush. I use it all the time now. I've got to get some more. Sorry, late to the party, not like me. Hello there, Lisa. Right, so I just took the Enhanced shade from the Rebel, the New Rebel, otherwise known as Green Lights, and I use that in the socket. It's sticking a bit to the, that's why I want my Sonia G, but it's all right, I can work it in. It's sticking a bit to the colour Chameleon, a bit too much today, but we will get through that. Fingers always work well. So a colour Chameleon, and this sort of look, if you want a really oomphy kind of party look, just get a kind of coordinating colour Chameleon and then use one of the shimmers out of the Pat McGrath palette, because it will make it pop. The colour Chameleon will just make it stick and pop. Now that one's not stuck and that one's stuck in. It's because this eye's watering as well, so I keep getting patches where it's sticking because the eye is wet. But it will do. And then I took this shade here, and again with my finger, the yellow shade, the yellow gold, I just popped some of that right in the centre. Like so. I'm just going to take a little bit of the Enhanced shade and take it underneath. I'm not going to worry too much because I'm going to use a liner. So that's that. And then I haven't forgotten, I'm going to sort of highlight under my lids, but I'm going to do that with my highlighter. And then I took this green pencil. Now, I know a lot of you, including me, are not overly impressed with these formulas. Couple of little tips. First of all, sharpen it. Because what happens is your eye makeup, as you're rubbing it, the eye makeup gets stuck on the pencil. And that makes it, if you use it again, you should always sharpen your pencils anyway before each use for hygiene purposes. But just in case you don't, you see now the eyeshadow is not on the pencil and it's going to actually go on. And then just roll it round on the back of your hand to warm it up a bit. Right, just to warm up the formula a bit, because that will just make it glide on. And then I use the green and I just put it along the lid. You could use black if you want, but I love this green actually. I love the shade of the green. It's still a bit press. Come on. So I just again rubbed it on the back of my hand just to warm it up. And the other thing you can do is this, just to and then I'm going to avoid the bit that's watering. And then the other side. Start in the middle. And I'm really tucking it under the lash as much as I can. Now that side's gone on better because this eye isn't as sensitive and it's not watering. So I could afford to give it a bit of a harder press. And then I'm just going to dab my eye again. I put it in the upper waterline. Oh, you caved and bought the Floral Fantasy Kit in Muse from Lisa Eldridge. I rub it on my ankle or it's on my hand all day once it sets, yeah. Ali is the blending queen. Oh, thank you, Scary Spider. I should say hello, Scary Spider, because we've not seen you on here before, so welcome. Hello, Nicole. Is anyone else joined? Hello, Tria. Is there anyone else I've unintentionally ignored? Because I'm too busy talking as usual. Hello, Gemma. Hello, Terry. Hello, Suzanne. Hello, Emma, Gemma, Bushra. I think that's everyone. I hope oh, Tabusim. Hello, Tabusim. Hello, Tabusim. I think that's everyone. Terry. Hello, Terry. Right, nearly poked myself in the eye then. I did mention you earlier, Terry, because I asked you how you were getting on with this. I remember you bought one, didn't you? The La Prairie. How are you getting on with it? So I've just put it on my upper waterline and I'm going to take it down about halfway across. This would work so much better if my eyes weren't watering. Right, and I'll just smudge that with my fingers. Right, and then, of course, I took the metallic shade, and again, I'm just going to sharpen it. Oh, I've got you confused with someone else. It wasn't Terry that bought it then. Ah, was it Leslie? I think it might have been Leslie. Sorry, Terry. May have been Leslie. Right, and then I'm going to take the metallic. Now, obviously, we know again, this needs a bit of... What I do is I make sure it sort of goes, you know, on that little edge. Not just on the waterline, but on the little edge, because it will... And a little bit underneath, because it will stick better there. It's not the best for staying in the waterline, this. It's a beautiful colour. But you really have to go at it to get some kind of payoff. Right. Thank you, Tria. I hope you can see that it's actually not that difficult to do. Because the basic concept is just a colour chameleon and a nice shimmery coordinating colour on the lid. Right. Has anyone tried, I meant to ask you because I'm considering purchasing them. Has anyone tried the Fenty Beauty coloured mascaras that are sort of special edition? They've got a maroon one and they've got a green one. And I wanted to know if anyone's tried them and if they're any good. They've also got coordinating palettes and they've got a palette just like this. I was so tempted and I thought, come on, you've got those colours. You know you have. But you know those palettes that click into place? And the mascara apparently clicks onto the side of them. You've got a review of them. Do you know what? I can't keep... Rebecca puts out so many reviews. She's so much better than me. I'm just lazy these days. That I keep missing all her reviews. Oh, thank you, Scary Spider. That's really nice feedback. I'm going to have to come and look at... You are better. You are. I tell you what, I'll be fair to myself. It's not laziness. It's a combination of roller coaster emotions and pain and also teaching my son at school, which I know, Rebecca, you're doing as well, your daughters. But it's a combination of all of that sometimes I just can't. It's not doing the video, it's editing it afterwards. So I've just got to work out how to do a video that I don't have to edit too much. Oh, Scary. Tria's saying, would you mind telling us your name? It's Emma. Oh, another Emma. So Sunshine is Emma as well. So we've got Emma, Spider Emma, and Sun Emma. Scary Emma. Right, and now I'm going to just put on... Will my eyes... I tell you what, I'm going to leave my eyes for a minute because they really are starting to water. I'm going to let them calm down before I put my mascara on, okay? And then I'll come back to it. And then I just put on... I put on some First Love blush because I think that just... It goes with the rebel look, and it just goes, peach just goes really well with green. And if you've got darker skin and you haven't got First Love, you can use the Climax blush. Similar tones, just darker. And what I love, the reason I also love this blush, I've said all of these things in the past, but in case you haven't been following me for a while, what I love about First Love, it looks, by the way, this is the one I dropped, so it looks a bit messy, because I put it all back together again, and I did a video on it if you want to see how I fixed my blush. But this shade and the middle one, they're both really good colour correctors. So if you've got pigmentation on your cheeks, this is a perfect blush because it kind of cancels out some of that pigmentation as well as giving you a nice pop of colour, because it's the perfect peach tone to do it. Hello Jane, I'd love to know what skincare you use morning and night. You're nosy. As Rebecca said, you're not nosy at all. And hello Jane. I have been using so many different things recently. I must do an update on skincare video, but recently I have moved over to Paula's Choice. And I have been using retinol for quite a while, but only 0.3%. So first of all, I used SkinCeuticals, and then I used the Dr. Sam Bunting's retinol, and they're both 0.3%. And I was getting good results, but I felt like my skin had plateaued. And so I went on to Paula's Choice and I bought the 1% retinol. Now, don't start on that if you've never used retinol, because it will, if you go mad, which I did, and everybody does when they start it, you're just going to end up with really irritated skin, which is probably why my eyes are a little bit irritated at the moment. But it is really, really good. And also, Dr. Sam Bunting has converted me. I was a sort of person that did not believe in chemical exfoliants. I liked using my face scrubs, but Dr. Sam Bunting's a dermatologist, and she advised against it if you've got hyperpigmentation, because any abrasion to the skin can stimulate the melanocytes. Now, I'm just repeating what she says. I'm not a skincare expert, but it can stimulate the overproduction of melanocytes. So she converted me. So I bought 2 things recently from Paula's Choice that I think have been making a big difference to my skin, and that is an AHA, 5% AHA lotion that you put on and leave on in the day, and the 1% retinol. But if you haven't used retinol before, don't start at 1%, start at 0.3 or even 0.1 and work your way up. Don't use it every night. But those were the things that I was recommended in terms of pigmentation. And something else as well. Shall I tell you also? I've started taking I've forgotten what the pharmaceutical name is, polycudimos something, but the trade name is Fernblock. I've started taking Fernblock, which you probably think is nuts because what sun is out, but there's apparently been some limited scientific studies to prove that it helps with hyperpigmentation. Right, hang on, what's going on here? What's going on here? I went to Charlotte Tea in London and had a lesson for my wedding. They were amazing. Yes, they're lovely. Right. This is moving so quickly. I'd love to use a Copper Lights from CT on your eye centre. Oh, you'd love me to use it, Copper Lights, on the centre. Okay, I'll get that out. Shahina, what's Shahina's news? I can't keep up. Oh, hang on. Your son's getting married. Congratulations. Right. Congratulations. Hello, Litlan. Hello, Daniel. Oh my God, there's so much going on. I can't keep up. It's like a soap opera. I thought my daughter was going to get married, but her and her partner split up. We were gutted because we really liked him. Yes, I know, Tria, Daniel's your husband. I thought what I saw at first was "Go away, you're really annoying," and I thought, "Uh-oh, have I got to split something up here?" Then I realised it was your husband, and then I thought, "Oh, hello, Daniel. Maybe Daniel Sandler has joined us again." Now, what I did with my lips the other day. Oh, you wanted Copper Lights. Let me put Copper Lights in the middle of my lid. Copper Charge. Hello, Ali. Beautiful Christmas tree you got there. Thank you. Marks and Spencer's. Good old Marks and Spencer's. Got it last year in the sale about a week before Christmas for £18. So just wait. Be a bar humbug and a Scrooge and wait a week before Christmas before getting your tree, and you get some real bar. And it came with the decorations as well, all for 18 quid. Right, you want me to put the Copper Lights pop in the middle? Have any of your loved ones been into Charlotte Tilbury? Mine did. I never believed he'd do it, but he did. And he went in. Went in. It's like he's gone in to buy something naughty, because it's like walking in. He's a big builder, and he walked in. He's like, "Here's Liz." She says, "Can you get? I need this lot." And I'm in Charlotte Tilbury. He's ringing me like this. "I'm in Charlotte Tilbury. What was that thing you wanted again?" I'm not joining in putting on makeup. Don't feel like it, and that's not like me. Oh, I know you don't feel like it, but as long as you're here, and you can feel our love, Stacey, of course you don't feel like it. Why don't you put up your bed in our bathroom if you want to live in a world of CT? Daniel, if you think your wife is bad about CT, you haven't been here. I've got every palette that she's ever done, apart from one. And I've got, the last time I counted, which was a while ago, about 90 lipsticks of Charlotte Tilbury. But Claire, there is a benefit of him not knowing what CT is. He doesn't know how much it costs. Right, what I did on my lips is I put Pillow Talk Intense. Oh yeah, what were in the mystery boxes? that we didn't already know? I'm not a fan of the mystery boxes because I always think she's trying to just get rid of old stock that she can't sell. Sorry. Hopefully you didn't feel like that. That's good. I think if you're a collector and you've got a lot of their stuff anyway, when the first year I started collecting Charlotte Tilbury, I did get a box. Yeah, the lip tints. So this is that is the Pillow Talk Intense. And then what I'm doing is I'm going to fill in the middle with the original Pillow Talk, which is going to look a bit weird for a minute. It's going to look very weird. But then I put the Pillow Talk Intense lipstick over the top, which is here. Now, I better, no, before I do the mascara, I'm actually going to remember this. Oh, I know. I've missed out the highlighter. Highlighter. So I'm going to use my Pat McGrath one because I love it. Who bought lipsticks in the Pat McGrath sale for £12? I've got some on the way. Yeah, don't save it for best. Use it. Look, I was like that with this foundation and I thought it's going to go off. And what would be worse than spending all that money on the most ridiculously priced foundation and then actually having to throw it out because it's gone off? That would be worse. So that's a highlighter from Pat McGrath. You could, I think I put some yellow in there the other day, but I quite like it just. And I'll put another little pop right in the centre. And then I will spray my face before I put my mascara on. This is so weighty. It's like one of those paperweights. Right, I shall put on my mascara while I'm looking at all your comments. Yep, use your best champagne flutes. They cancelled a palette. Do you know what, Tria? I agree with you about not wanting to throw the packaging away. I kept all the Pillow Talk products in the pink packaging until this last weekend, and it was starting to get grubby, and I threw it away. But I literally had to start tearing the boxes because I thought I'm going to fish them out of the recycle bag if I don't. I wish you'd actually done the actual palette in pink rather than just the boxes. Oh, I know. I didn't use Pillow Talk the other day. I'll put one coat of this on, but I'm going to show you this other mascara which I'm loving. If I can put my hands on it quickly. Hopefully I can. Yes. This mascara is great. Really good. And I'm definitely, when I run out, I'm going to get full size of it. It's the Anastasia Lash Brag. I'm going to show you. There's the wand. So it's quite thick, but it just doesn't smudge. It doesn't clump. Put a little bit on the top. I'll just do this side so you can see what it looks like. So the other side's just got a bit of Pillow Talk on it. Now, I've never put it over the top of Pillow Talk before, but when you don't, it doesn't clump. It's probably they're clumping together a bit, but that's because I put it over Pillow Talk. I really like this mascara. I'm doing my mascara face, guys. Look at that. Thank you. So that is the look. And if you wanted to gloss up the lipstick, you could put a bit of... Did I gloss it up the other day? I don't think I did. But I shall gloss it up today because we're having a party. I'm going to put some of this Champagne Diamonds on. Yeah. So I'm all dressed up with nowhere to go. I haven't done my brows. There's always something else to do, isn't there? It's very quiet. I'm wondering what's happened to my son. When he gets quiet, I always get a bit suspicious about what's going on. He gets time off from school for me to do my lives. Let me do a bit of brow lift. Give them another little brush. And then last little touch before I completely finish off is I'm just going to take a bit of my concealer. And where's that little brush that comes with the concealer? And just make sure, clean up the side there because it gives the eye a lift. See how it just lifts the eye? So as though you're drawing a line from there to where your brow is supposed to end. That brow falls short and I haven't filled it in. Where's that brow pencil gone again? That one always falls short, look, by about 0.5 millimetre. That's it. I'm definitely done now. Yeah, take care, Stacey. Yeah, he probably is eating chocolate, Terry. Oh, the bronze cherubs that you find on Christmas trees. Okay, well, I hope you've enjoyed today. I'm going to do a very different look tomorrow. Now that the products that had ordered have arrived, and it's going to be Daniel Sandler, but I think you're going to love it. It's going to be a very everyday look. And yeah, I'm just really looking forward to doing it. I just absolutely love the products that have arrived this morning. And I've also got a new concealer coming tomorrow, which I plan to review, by Tom Ford. It's not a new concealer, it's a new concealer for me. It's the Tom Ford Emotion Proof concealer because I am getting fed up of applying my concealer and then my eyes watering and it all running off. And apparently it's supposed to be very waterproof. So we shall see. Okay, I did, and I got it in the colour that you suggested. But don't worry, I won't blame you if it's wrong because I also thought it was that colour. So anyway, see you all very soon. Take care. Have a lovely day. Love you all. Mwah.